Hey guys, Jeff here. Driving into work. I wanted to make this video about content creation and why it's important. If you're a first responder or a veteran that owns a small business, runs a small business like me, you'll find that, especially if you have a full-time job on top of the job that you're trying to grow on the side. We don't really get a lot of time, and prioritizing time sometimes can be a bit of a struggle. And then you start hearing about all these things that you need to do in the digital space, and one of them is content creation and creating content and becoming an expert in your field and all these other things. And it sounds, if you're anything like my age, you kind of roll your eyes at first. You think, oh my gosh, this sounds terrible. I don't want to do this. I'm not from the TikTok era, but all these excuses. And then you start watching people that maybe you've been watching or learning from for a couple of years, and you start watching what they're doing. And that's one of the things that I've learned from some of my mentors is you need to start creating content. And so that's part of the reason why you're going to start seeing a lot more of these YouTube videos coming out. And they're not great, right? They're not sexy. They're not, cutting edge. They're not heavily edited. You can see I'm in my car. I'm driving to my main job right now. But what it was is, for me, is I couldn't find enough consistent time yet to, come home, sit down, get the kids out of the house, or not be busy on my day off meeting with clients and talking with clients and fulfilling orders and doing services and creating content for my clients and stuff, where I was really having a hard time doing it on my own. So I decided I have to start doing it. I want to start doing it. And that's why I'm creating these types of YouTube videos, and they'll be on other social media at some point. And the whole reason for it is just to start creating content. And it's something I preach to a lot of my clients, yet I don't do. And so why is it important for you? Well, whether you're a window washer, a car detailer, you could be a home remodeler, mortgage guy or gal, someone who does home inspection, things like that. I use this example of a few of my clients that I have throughout the United States. And I mean, there's another one that's I think is funny, that could be really funny content. Is they do septic tanks. They do cleaning, they do installation, pumping, repairs, and all that stuff. And I've tried to get on to them about creating content, because why not? And when you think about doing that and you set it up in a way of like doing little helpful service bits, or talking about your business, talking about, let's use the septic tank guy as an example, doing videos like this, doing a simple video. It doesn't have to be 500 minutes. It doesn't have to be, super, edited and super trendy and all that stuff. It could just be a video of you sitting in your car, driving to a job, and just talking about maybe like what got you into the business. Tell us about the business. What drives you to do it? Why do you want to do it? And then start creating videos about like little helpful service tips for people. And I think what happens from it is that as it grows and as you start seeing traction from it, what happens is like you'll find people that are finding you on YouTube. You'll find people that are finding your content on social media, and they're not finding you necessarily maybe on a Google search, or they're not finding you on like through ads and other stuff, but they're like looking at stuff, trying to find something. They come across your video and they go, wow, that person is like 20 minutes from me, and they do what I'm looking for. I'm going to call them because you're a real person. They get to know you. They get to know your personality. And you look at it as, one of the things I look at content creation as is it's a reflection of who you are. Like if you hopped on the phone with me, this is what you're going to get. And so it seems to help, where if you're good at doing your client services, if you're good at talking on the phone, depending on what niche you're in, like if you're a mortgage and you're really good at closing people and explaining it, well, hop on a video and start explaining it to people, and try to show your passion and your expertise and why it's why people maybe should use your business, but at the same time, make it about, like, explain it to people, educate people, things like that. It's only going to be helpful. So one of the things I'm using these for is I'm looking at this like, if you called me and asked me about what I do, what my services are, do I think you need to do them for your business, things like that. And that's the type of content that I'm going to be creating, and so you should be too. It's only going to help you in the long run, even though it might seem silly in the beginning. And again, here's my videos. I'm driving into my main job right now. It's just a little past 6 a.m. and this is the time of day that I found that if I do this now, this seems to be like a consistent time that I can start doing stuff. And then as I get more into it, I'll start developing a better system. I'll figure out a better way to do it. I'll find more. I'll make sure I have times a day that I do it when I'm home and things like that. So if I could do it, you can do it. So let's go out there and create some content.